This is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, we have some breaking news out of Perry County. We know at least one person is dead after a crash on Upper Second Creek Road. WYMT's Connor James is live at the scene with the very latest. Connor?
Yes, Steve, good afternoon. I'm about 2 minutes actually from where that accident happened. We are told one person is dead. We've moved down this way to respect the family's wishes. They didn't want anyone up there at this moment as they're still trying to kind of figure out everything that happened. There is a police and ambulance presence up there. We are told, like we said, let's reiterate, that one person did die in this crash on Upper Second Creek. Now, details right now are very limited. We don't know if there was anyone else involved or, what might have caused this. But like we said, those facts right now that there is one person dead. This is right off of Upper Second Creek Road, which is just a little bit up this way. And if you are driving on this road or need to go really past the Upper Second Creek Missionary Baptist Church, that road is closed right now as police are still kind of looking at the scene, trying to figure out what exactly happened and how this person died. I'm going to send it back to you for right now. We are expected to get some more details throughout the day, so we'll obviously keep you updated as we learn those. Steve?
All right, Connor, thank you very much. Of course, we'll have updates on WYMT.com and later tonight. Police in Laurel County believe they are close to catching 3 people suspected of stealing from a car wash. WYMT's Will Puckett is in Laurel County with more.
The Ultra Shine car wash is along US 25 in southern Laurel County. Sheriff's Department's officials tell me that a trio of people cut the nozzles off that are used to wash the cars. The nozzles cost more than $100 a piece. Officials say high-quality surveillance cameras that show the 3 suspects have led them to several leads that may bring this case to a quick close.
If we've got good pictures, and that was the combination that worked on this. We had the great pictures from the business of the suspects, even the suspect vehicle, and then once we post that on Facebook and send it out to our TV stations and to our local newspapers, we always get bombarded with a lot of tips and leads.
Deputy Achardo expects arrests to be made in this case in the coming days. In Laurel County, Will Puckett, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, it's been a pretty nice day here in the mountains, a lot warmer than we were yesterday, but we've seen those clouds increase, and yes, those are going to continue to increase as we head into tonight. We'll go ahead and take you up to a few of those cameras. The National Weather Service camera in Jackson started out with plenty of sunshine, and now we're just seeing those clouds moving back into the mountains, and that's because our next system is on the way to the mountains here in the next little bit. Looking like a little bit of sunshine over there into the mountain park with it. It's over into parts of Powell County, but you can see those clouds have been increasing, especially if you look out to the west, and like I said, they're going to continue to increase as we head into tonight and into tomorrow. But those temperatures into those lower 40s stay. At least we got out of the 30s, seeing a little bit cooler temperatures over into Danville and Somerset, and even down into parts of Williamsburg, a little bit warmer over into Wise. But compared to this time yesterday, check it out, we're about 10 to 15 degrees cooler, or warmer, excuse me, than we were at this time yesterday. 20 degrees warmer over into Wise and over into Logan. So if you headed out tonight, maybe headed out to dinner, you're still going to want to bundle up because we're going to be into about the upper 30s by right around 5 o'clock for some of us, especially those that are already into the upper 30s. Lower 30s though by 7 o'clock, especially with that sun starting to set. Now we'll see warmer temperatures tomorrow, but rain chances also return. We'll have those details coming up in just a little bit.
All right, thank you, Paige. Day 2 of the Senate impeachment trial is ongoing, with House managers delivering their opening arguments against the president. The session began less than 12 hours after the Senate approved Majority Leader Mitch McConnell's organizing resolution along party lines without accepting any of the Democrats' 11 amendments. CBS's Natalie Brand is on Capitol Hill with a look at the day's proceedings so far.
The Senate will convene as a court of impeachment.
House managers took the lectern to begin making their case for why they believe President Trump's conduct with Ukraine warrants removal from office.
In corruptly using his office to gain a political advantage, in obstructing the investigation into his own wrongdoing, the president has shown that he believes that he's above the law.
the resolution is agreed to.
The early Wednesday vote on the rules of the trial left the question of witnesses for later, after 11 amendments offered by Democrats were voted down.
If we're going to hear from witnesses, I have my own witness list. I'd absolutely want to hear from Hunter Biden.
We don't need to have witnesses that have nothing to do with this, that are trying to distract Americans from the truth.
Before leaving Davos, President Trump joked he'd like to attend the trial. He also said witnesses would be up to the Senate, but added executive privilege would prevent testimony from former National Security Advisor John Bolton and other key officials.
I'd love to have Mike Pompeo, but it's a national security problem. Rick Perry would love to testify, but we're dealing with national security.
The president's lawyers say they have not filed a motion to dismiss the impeachment trial because they are confident they will win acquittal. They will begin their presentations later this week after the House managers finish their opening arguments. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
And again, we have moved CBS News live coverage of the ongoing impeachment trial proceedings to our second channel, HNI, this afternoon. Well, President Trump also will return to Washington from Switzerland later this afternoon. And of course, there will be a complete wrap-up of all today's developments tonight at 6:30 on the CBS Evening News. For the first time, a woman was elected as the president of Greece. High Court judge and human rights activist Katerina Sakellaropoulou received the support of 261 MPs in the 300-seat parliament, exceeding the 200 required by the Constitution. The president-elect is no stranger to breaking through gender barriers. She was the first woman to serve as the president of the Council of State, the top administrative court in Greece. Greece is currently making its way out of a decade-long financial crisis and years of political turmoil. Opening statements are underway in New York, where Harvey Weinstein is on trial for rape and sexual assault. The former movie producer pleaded not guilty. More than 80 women accuse him of misconduct, but the trial now underway refers to just 2 of those accusers. On his way in this morning, Weinstein says he has good lawyers and believes he will have a fair trial. An Arizona mother is accused of murdering her 3 young children. Court documents allege 22-year-old Rachel Henry is accused of smothering her children in their Phoenix home. Investigators believe she was singing to them as she killed them. After it was done, Henry then put the 3-year-old, 1-year-old, and 7-month-old on a couch, positioned to look as if they were taking a nap. In court yesterday, it was revealed the children were previously removed from the home by Department of Child Services in Oklahoma. It was a brazen burglary in the middle of the night at a Chicago Dunkin'. The suspects were caught on camera climbing in through the drive-through window. Once inside, you see them quickly make their way around the store. One suspect rifles through the back office. The other spends several minutes prying open the cash register.
If you need money, then do hard work. You get money. If you're stealing money, if you're robbing, you never go and tap.
The store is back open, and the manager says he's glad no one was hurt. He hopes someone can identify the thieves seen carrying the safe out of the back door and into a white getaway van. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says it is testing several people in the U.S. for possible Wuhan coronavirus. The virus has killed 17 people and sickened more than 500 others, most of them in China. Yesterday, the CDC announced the first case in the United States. It is a man in his 30s who lives in Washington State. The CDC says it's received specimens for testing from several people in the U.S. They all traveled to China, or they had close contact with someone who may have the virus. Let's head over to Wall Street now on this Wednesday afternoon. The Dow closes down today more than 9 points. Monty Python star Terry Jones died yesterday at the age of 77. Jones was known for his role as a member of the Monty Python comedy troupe, with whom he directed films such as Life of Brian. He died at his London, England home with his wife by his side. His agent said Jones was suffering from various health issues, including dementia. A ring that belonged to a World War II veteran is back in the right hands after it was mistakenly donated. A resale shop in Wisconsin recently put out a call for donations with links to World War II. Denise Chevernay thought of her father, who served from 1943 to 1945, and donated some items. He died in 2000 and never mentioned a ring signifying his service.
He was like a lot of World War II vets. They don't talk a lot about it. They don't make a big deal out of it. And so I don't remember him having it.
An employee happened to find the ring in a box destined for the trash. She cleaned it up, revealing the ruptured duck ring, which was awarded to individuals in the service that were honorably discharged. The shop was able to track down the family and return it to them. Employees at the shop say they wanted the piece of history to be back with the rightful owners. Well, what would you do if you found nearly $30,000 in cash just lying on the ground? Would you take the cash or turn it in? Well, a Good Samaritan in Michigan did the latter. An armored security guard accidentally left $27,000 near the ATM at Wayne Westland Credit Union. Surveillance footage shows George Kondash stopping his vehicle to see what was left on the side of the drive-thru. Without hesitation, Kondash took the money inside, even after finding out how much was left.
It's not mine, and any honest person, I would hope, would take it back in.
Kondash's good deed did not go unnoticed. The higher-ups at the credit union gifted him with a cash reward. He did not say how much it was, but described it as a small token of appreciation. Straight ahead on First at 4, stepping back into a role he first took on more than 30 years ago. We'll take a look at the new CBS All Access show, Star Trek Picard.
And we'll track our next system that'll bring rain and possibly a little bit of a wintry mix this weekend. More on that coming up.